Alright, how's it going, Fenris? I hope you are doing well. Your team hasn't sent me any VODs yet. This is the only one, so I'll just do this one tonight. I'll try to do an more in-depth one. Maybe it'll be like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't know. We'll see if I get tired or not. Yeah. I see you are an Ana player, as am I. King's Row is a really, really good Ana map. Basically, every map's an Ana map. I found First Point to be really, really good. For Ana, just because there's a lot of there's some good high ground you can hold, like back here, like on the ledge up there. And you can also play with your Ryan down here, and you have pretty good cover, especially if you need to fall back to like hotel or someplace, like or in this direction. Just always be careful of like the hog pick that comes through here, main, and then hotel. The hook there. That can really, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll get this thing rolling. Hopefully we'll find some good stuff to help you with. All right, sounds good.
Let's not waste time.
Go down here.
Yep, they have a farm.
Too far forward.
He's looking for a pin here.
Objective A.
I actually got
Good old movies.
Word out, yep.
All right. First off, I think did I see a Junkrat?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a Junkrat. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Junkrat in any situation. Maybe it works for you guys, but like, if we're talking meta and what's best, Junkrat's definitely not in it.
Booming out,
You're
yep.
going to live.
Just a note.
Line of cider.
I'm right behind you, work.
Push back a little bit. He's looking for a pin here.
So, like, that's a weird sleep dart, first off. With Ana, okay, here's how professional Ana play is done. Basically, the sleep dart is such, like, it's probably the best ability in my game that's non-ultimate, because it just has so much shutdown potential. I'm sure you know this, like, I was just in a comp game, I was playing Ana, and I slept a nano-boosted Genji ultimate, and, like, with one 12-second cooldown, I shut down, 10 minutes worth of old building, and like, you know how huge that is. I don't need to tell that to you. That being said, what professional enemy teams do, or good enemy teams do, is they keep track of your sleep dart. So if they hear that sound go off, they will use that against you. The fact that you've just basically wasted your sleep dart on what is a really low percentage. That's just kind of a spammy shot. So basically what you want to do is hold on to your sleep, and also hold on to your nade. Your nade is also huge. That also gets called out, especially for Ryan engages. So if your Ryan is engaging and maybe the enemy Ryan pins into him, it's super important that you get a Zarya bubble down on your Ryan, and you get that nade down so that you anti their Ryan, and you double heals on or 1.5 or whatever it is now on your own Ryan. And then you basically won the fight at that point. And that being said, the inverse of that is if you don't have your nade up and the enemy Ryan pins into your Ryan because he knows that you don't have nade up, and they do the inverse thing to you, and they'll get the nade down, and your Ryan will be vulnerable and die while their Ryan will survive. So it's really important that you keep both of those cooldowns up for as long as possible. You'll notice, like, if you watch professional Anas, they basically don't use their nade to heal themselves, because using their nade to heal themselves gives like such a huge opening for the enemy team. Granted, this I am talking about super high level professional play, but I think it's good to start important mechanics first. So just like think about you're being more conservative.
Can we win that shield war?
And less spammy.
They're taking the objective.
Maybe even just threw her back away. I don't know why she did that.
Shield's about to go down here.
Yep, they have a farm.
I know the widow, the
I'm
fire.
only
Like,
100. Thank
I don't
you.
know.
Let's just talk about general
Attackers incoming.
Ana aiming strategies.
Can we win that shield war? Fuck.
They're taking the objective. Focus our
I think that's a good nade, by the way. I think that's fine.
Shield's about to go down here.
Yep, they have a farm.
So like here you see that your McCree is low, and so you just need to hit him with one sleep dart. First off, what you need to do with Ana is you need to be really, really proactive with your aim, and you need to be focused. Like, you need to focus so hard, and you need to make sure that you hit your shots, because each shot is like so huge. Like, it heals for so fucking much. It's still broken in my opinion. The amount of burst heals that she has. So you like making. I think if you want to focus on one thing, to start off with Ana, it's hitting 9 out of the 10 darts in your clip. You don't really think about it in the middle of the game and like count how many you land, but just like focus on landing as many as you possibly can. Because right now, all you need to do is hit red with 1, and he's back to full health, and then you can go back to healing your tanks. Basically, what you want to be doing here is thinking about what is he doing. He's backpedaling right now, and it's understandable. He's low. So you want to put your crosshair right here, like in this area, because you know that it has travel time. So you want to compensate for that, and that means flicking your wrist. You're flicking your wrist between teammates, and you're compensating for their movement. These all have to become like second nature things. You know, you gotta be able to do that. You don't want to think about it. You just gotta be able to hit that dart. Because what I notice here is you miss a couple, you miss one, and then you move on.
The widow, the fire, like,
Now red's low. You accidentally hit him, but that's not great.
They got 1 tick.
Like that's another thing. You need to be more precise with that sleep dart. Basically, what it looks like you did here.
the widow, the fire,
I'm at
like,
100. Thank you. They're capping it. They got.
Like, it's a good idea, right? I think if you sleep this Rhine, you could win this fight 100% because your Rhine's here. That's a pin waiting to happen. I mean, granted, there's a Zarya, so you could get bubble, but either way, you're going to get a positioning advantage. So, like, it looks like what you do is you're coming out, you're like, okay, I'm going to sleep somebody, and you can't decide. You can't decide between the Rhine and the Zarya. And
1 tick.
And you see how you put the sleep dart right in between the two. So, decide, I'm going to sleep this Rhine. You're going to sleep that Rhine, and there's a reason behind it.
We haven't even.
Nice, that's a
And eventually, given time, you will you'll be able to take advantage of that, and it'll be second nature, and you'll know like that Rhine could have gotten slept there, and that could make a huge difference, and you won't even need to think about it. It just takes practice.
7 health.
At that point, you were fucked.
Okay.
There's very little to do about that.
Gave him that one.
Yeah. I mean, we had to back up because they're widow.
Bro, getting melted.
Protect the Quincy.
You don't have to back up due to a widow.
Pick up this fire.
Don't be afraid of widows. That's what they want.
You with me, Red?
Yep.
Or the sorry.
Oh, widow's behind us. Widow's behind us. Behind us in the streets. Turn around.
It's a bit of
shield.
an eccentric call. Make the
No
call.
shield, no
Where's
shield.
the where's the?
Screaming.
I couldn't.
Now you're team staggering. Basically, what you need to do here, this is a team-based thing. Like, if there's a chance of you guys, if people get forward spawn and there's a chance of you getting staggered, you need to get the fuck out of dodge. Like, you don't want to be anywhere near that because a good team will know. Every time that I count first point Kings Row, I'm pressing tab and I'm seeing which people on the enemy team got forward spawned and who I'm gonna go and kill, because like you can really easily just win out streets if you get a couple good staggers in, and even if you don't win it, they'll only be able to have one fight as opposed to the standard 2, the one at the corner down here, and then the one at the point over here. So you just like right now you guys only have one fight instead of 2. And that's no bueno, and that's because you guys didn't get out of there. You need to coordinate, someone needs to call that. And that shouldn't even need to be called, that should just be like,
Okay.
we're out. We're not gonna fight this.
All the way back now.
Don't. That was, the Widow should have tried to kill you there. You die anyways.
Hello.
Group.
I don't know. You're probably
Side.
dead
Up
and you
top.
wanted to regroup. I probably would have at least tried to get back to my team,
Yeah.
like going through the tunnel there.
We need,
and nading
Winston.
my feet.
Okay, Coty, stay there.
Myself, I mean, you might have been able to survive that, potentially, and then
I shall do
it's
Winston.
not a big deal.
We backed up. Like we keep on like backing up and not digging in and fighting back.
So
Yeah, that's
hopefully
because
you
we're
guys
2
do-
people less than them right now.
Whoa.
Like,
Jesus,
oh
man.
shit, I pressed the wrong button, I'm throwing! I'm sorry.
I'm weak.
Are we dead? Ah!
Oh, punch
Why not
this
tap?
one.
Wait, now we're on offense? Shit, help! No, dude! But what? I screwed
Yeah,
up.
but they're almost.
I found it. Did I find it? Yeah, I found it.
That just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just died. Yep. That's positioning on his part. He needs to be behind Ryan's shield. Ryan probably shouldn't even be picking there. Nobody should be picking, especially if there's Widow.
Sniper, don't get caught.
The payload has reached.
You need to contest that. This point on King's Row is basically the only point in... I might be lying. I don't know. This point is if you manage to win a fight with the card at this point and you manage to stall it out, that respawn is so long for the offense. So like basically, pro teams contest this 100% of the time, no questions asked. If they get staggered in Streets phase, they'll give up the fight at the corner, but they will make sure that they get a fight here. Even though you guys only had 5, I still probably would have gone in there. I would have sent Diva and Monkey after the Widow and tried and gotten that easy pick to get it into the 5v5. Basically, what you want to do in this situation is either have Ryan charge in or Monkey and just contest the point while, you know, the team fights or the team gets there and fights, you know? So it's really important that you contest second King's Row and you don't just give it up for free. No matter how slim the odds. I mean, if there's only 2 of you, don't
push
fight.
in. It feels like I have, like I'm a paper.
So like, this is weird. The reason you're Ryan dying here. Let's look what happens. Because your Ryan dying here really is gonna fuck you hardcore. So like, he gets low. He's just getting jumped on so hard. He needs to be playing more passive, first of all, if he's taking all this damage. Your nade comes up, but it's a bit late. I think, let's see what you see. Go back just a tiny bit.
Let's move it, people.
I might have gone back too far.
Sniper, don't get caught.
So you guys are kind of you're just standing there waiting for the point to get capped. So like you see right here, he's starting to get jumped, and people are starting to try and kill him because they know that if they kill Urian, you guys are basically just metaphorically castrated. Sorry for the terminology, but like at this point, I would say that Nade needs to come out because he has 0 support from anyone. You're his support. So yeah, you start firing at him, which is the right call, but that nade's a bit late.
I can't push in. It feels like I have, like I'm a paper.
Like, and also he.
Oh, Colty messages me after I chop.
Why do I do this? I'm gonna start using space. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear me using space, but it's gotta happen. I'm sorry. Such about coach hurt my life, dude. I'm gonna start using space. Oh, you guys get grabbed. You're fucked.
Yeah, that's because we're 2 people less than them right now.
We've seen all this. But...
Whoa.
And
Keep you here.
That just happened.
yeah,
sorry, dude.
Yeah, let's move it, people.
Sniper, don't get caught.
The payload has reached
Restoring your health.
Once again, like, those are just, you just missed a couple darts on Diva, and maybe if you had landed 1 dart, you would have been healing your Rhine sooner, and that could make all the difference, you know? Ana is all about efficiency. You gotta be able to get shit done quickly and effectively, and not miss your darts, not miss your abilities. Like, you just need to make sure that shit lands, and you get at least some sort of value out of it.
I can't push.
And also, what I was gonna say there is I was very grim. Thought that you guys were pushing in. He just said that when the rest of the team, the Diva was playing super passive. The Monkey's often bumfuck nowhere. Like, you guys were in no position to execute a push, and nobody was calling anything in terms of initiations. I'm going to fucking rail on you guys about calling initiations because it's so important. Just be warned.
Push in. It feels like I have, like I'm a paper.
Listen, dude.
I'm just
Backing
getting
up behind here.
destroyed.
Fuck.
This is gonna make you feel better.
sorry, Luke.
Once again, like, let's just unfortunately missed it. And I know it's like, God, people get in the way of your shit, but like, Ana is. It's also really important that you like predict where people are gonna be. Predicting movement, not just for your left clicks, but also for like. Also for, you know, landing your grenade and stuff like that so that you don't get blocked by one of your teammates. And I know that sometimes just happens. It happens to me all the time. But I've noticed a lot of just gameplay just this time, just kind of miss nades because somebody jumped in front of you and maybe you weren't expecting it, but like, I don't know. It's like, I think you should just really focus on landing your
They
abilities.
used a lot of ults there.
Yeah, but they're almost.
I know that feels kind of obvious. Like, of course, you're gonna do better if you get more value out of your character, but I think just really focusing on landing at this point, probably your E and And your left clicks.
Fire at will.
Yeah, if they don't cap it though.
They're not gonna cap off that.
Well, let's group before.
That's a good
Yeah,
call.
go
Go to the right, go to the right. Stay with work. Be behind his shield.
Nade yourself there. You're low. You just died because you didn't nade yourself.
Is approaching its destination.
Your priority number one. I know, like, I did tell you to be more hesitant with your nade, but when you're at 48 HP, like, you don't really have much of a choice.
Ron,
Back up the line.
So now I would say your team is just really fucked.
Poop that, Anna. Oh no, I didn't.
Like, if you're gonna nade yourself, the most important thing is that you don't hesitate. Just like, okay, I'm 48 HP, just throw that shit at the ground. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Make sure that you stay alive. But make sure you do it quickly so you have your nade off cooldown as soon as possible. Like, don't debate it in your head. Just, like, fucking do it. Yeah, see, now you're screwed.
Fuck.
Round one. Complete.
So,
Okay.
I mean, they were just able to run Widow Farah the whole game.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
let's
Let's get us Zarya and Ryan.
What happened to the Junkrat?
whatever you're feeling, Colt. Yeah.
Look after yourself.
Don't show yourself.
I'll get us home safe.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just,
Attack.
I
commence.
couldn't look up at the sky. I had no free time too. I was pressured. Yeah. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Pushing in. Got me a bubble. Got a
Yeah,
bubble.
I got a bubble for you. Yeah, whenever you want it.
That's fine. I think, in terms of capitalization off of that nade, I don't know. I'm not super hyped about the nade because it's going to be really hard for your team to do anything about that. That's a really good Rhine pin. What I would like to see now is have that nade go on to the enemy Rhine so that he doesn't get saved by his Ana. That's what I would like to see, in all honesty. Sleep on the Zarya is good. Once again, though, it was a bit spammy, and you kind of just got lucky, right? So, I know it's kind of harsh, but you just kind of threw it in there, and it is going to hit somebody because there's a shitload of people there, but still, it's like, be more surgical, you know?
That
Kill the Rhine. Okay, there we go. Now the McCree.
Take your medicine.
is this half?
McCree's behind us. McCree's behind us. Kill him.
Alright. Where is he? Okay.
No
Got
shield.
him dead. Back up. Okay. Oh.
Party on the objective. Watching your back.
I need healing.
Once again, like, it's just, I'm sorry, dude, it's just a lot of missed darts, it's just a lot of missed left clicks, and it's because your aim seems kind of lazy. Like, if you look at the good Anas, they're just all over the place. You look at Rujehong, he has the lowest sensitivity you will ever see in an Overwatch player. He uses the entire Steel Series QCK mousepad, and he's throwing that shit, and he's fragging too. Rujehong is a fragging on it, and it's sick to watch. So check out Rujehong, by the way. But he's hitting darts because his aim is just jumping all across the screen. He's not just kind of lazily shooting darts in the direction of his teammates. He knows where the heals need to be, and he's putting that shit there, you know?
Right now.
Call targets.
And once you've got that efficiency, you have no idea what else is going to happen, because maybe if you manage to get heals on that Zarya there, maybe you'll be able to save your Hanzo, and maybe that'll mean that he lands a headshot on the, you know, on this Zarya that's like raping your team, and that means that you win the fight rather than getting raped by the Zarya
Soldier.
that's gonna rape your team.
Lucio.
Or maybe not.
We got the
Red
point.
Dragon.
Zarya.
Try to trickle him. There we go.
Still, you never know what's
3
gonna
on
happen
point.
once you achieve that higher efficiency.
I got slept.
If you can, Colty, just kill anyone.
Let him wake you up.
I'm not ready to hang it up. I have your back.
My ultimate is charging. Colty, I can't see you from there. Fucking A. Dashing behind cover.
Take your medicine.
They're
You
winning
think
the
the Ryan
shit
is close
works,
to
huh?
hammer?
Got a bubble for me?
No, I just gave her the Colty.
I think that's a fine sleep. You know it should have been early though.
He needed it.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Because if he
Let
doesn't,
me know when you
we'll
have
move
it.
I think that's you heading in the right. I think that's the right direction that you need to be heading. You knew that you wanted to land that sleep dart because if you do, your Ryan's gonna pin that shit, and he's gonna win and you guys are gonna win the fight. You're gonna win Streets phase if you manage to land that sleep dart. So like, I like it. That's good. It's the correct sleep dart to take. It's just timed improperly, and I can't necessarily teach mechanics. You just have to practice, but mechanically, you'll just improve through you know playing the character. But if you know if you're taking the right sleep darts and shooting and lobbing the correct ease, then eventually they'll start landing, and you'll see that value really come through.
1 second. Okay, I got it.
Smack back, smack back.
Fire at will.
Oh my god, nice!
There's one left.
Don't emo. Don't emo.
What?
I
got in
emoted.
trouble for that last time.
My team still needs
I like Hanzo's.
Nah, we'll see.
on
We'll see
offense,
knows me.
Zero.
What's the
To be
what's the
honest.
BM now?
I don't think it's always
emoted.
a good idea.
I
but
emoted
I
after
think
hitting an
you gotta
awesome
go to
grab.
Hanzo. I'm okay with it.
That was a really
Your
good dragon.
hero has reached the
I just
Yeah.
bubbled you.
Ultimate is
It's the
ready.
grab that was good, not the
Bubble
dragon.
in 7.
Bruh.
This payload's bumping.
Bubble in 2.
Ready.
They have
Okay,
shatter.
top.
Be ready.
Die Caesar. I will.
They probably got grab too. No shield. No shield. Wait for
Increase down,
shatter. Here.
increase down.
Can we win the shield war? I feel like I'm the only one hitting it. Oh, punish
Why
this
not
one,
tap?
never mind.
You're covered.
Got a bubble. Bubble.
Yep.
Alright, right now I'm going to talk about reloads for Anna. Because they're really important. Basically what I see you doing there is just dumping 10 clips randomly into your team, even though there's not a fight going on and none of them need heals. It's fine if you're patching up the Ryan because he takes a fire strike, that's fine. But what we want to do right after that is reload and make sure the worst thing is Anna, not the worst thing. The worst thing is dying early. The second worst thing is Anna is going into a fight, having a fight start or some shit go down, like maybe you're Ryan pinning like he's doing now, and not having a clip and having to reload. You always want to make sure that you have 10 rounds in the mag as often as possible for when the fight begins. And once the fight begins, that's when you start dumping out those heals as fast as you can and just emptying the clip into your team. But you want to be reloading more often when there isn't a fight going on, because it means that you're more likely to have 10 rounds in your clip for the fight potentially starting, because you don't know when the fight's going to start. And you can kind of get a feel for it, but anything can happen, right? So always be prepared and always try to have 10 clips in your round as often as possible. 10 rounds in your clip.
I'm 100 energy.
Sorry, is that
That's a good nade. I like that nade.
You're powered up. Get in there.
That's
Again,
top.
it's kinda
No,
late,
top left.
but
Nice.
That's another, that's another good sleep.
I'm on it, I'm on it.
They didn't necessarily land, but
I got
it's
slapped.
good.
Goldie, finish
That
it.
nan, I'm sure you know that
Thank
nano
you.
boost was a bit janky. Let's see what you see. Nano boosting Ryan is a good idea in a few situations,
covered.
and I'll explain.
Got a
this to you.
bubble. Bubble.
Yep.
It used to be the go-to, but not anymore.
I'm 100 energy.
Sorry, is that
So he gets the Earth Shatter, but what you see here is there's no way he's getting those targets. So Nano boosting
You're
because he
powered
gets
up.
Earth
Get
Shatter.
in there.
That's top. No, top left. Nice.
is that
I mean, maybe it's okay because Unani boosted the Fire
I'm on it,
Strike,
I'm
but
on it.
still, like, it was a
I
bit
got slapped.
excessive.
Goldie, finish
I don't
it.
know.
Thank
I
you.
was, yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Seal the deal.
I can see why you did that.
got
because once again, that was a bit of a spammy
Огонь по
left
готовности.
shift. Nade that. Oh, you don't nade. Rip.
This will only hurt.
Kill Anna. Kill soldier. Now Anna.
My
Anna.
shots
Anna.
find them.
I need that heal. Thank you.
I'm weak, I'm weak.
Can we kill that Zarya, please?
Use the grab, use the grab.
Fuck, I just died with it.
Once again, like,
Just got it.
there's just some missed darts in that fight, in all honesty. I'm kind of beating the dead horse here, but I will continue to because the most important thing is on it, and it's just landing your shit. It's just getting those left clicks down.
It's okay. Get out of there if you can, Kofi. Are you close to bomb?
I had to get out.
What's the closest combo we got? Dragon
My
or bomb?
ultimate is
I
charged.
can get the dragon in.
Oh, I can't see you. Fuck.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
Get the payload moving.
Wait on Yums.
Winston's up top.
See that Lucy up there?
Yums, speed us around this corner.
Oh, fucking
It's
hell.
just a janky sleep dart, and now you're not gonna have sleep for this next fight.
I have your
Watch out.
Okay, you have it.
It's a fine
Okay,
name.
I just need to stick.
It's bad luck. But he got bubbled.
Yeah, this Tracer's giving us
Look,
huge
look,
issues.
look. Don't go forward unless we're ready to go for.
I've come back from worse.
Get out of there.
This is the old fight.
They might have sound barrier. Wait, no, they used it, right?
Ready.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
used
they
it.
just used it.
So,
Nano boost is charging.
Colty, we need to hit. If you hit this pulse bomb, we win.
So, here's my rundown so far. I think basically at this point it's a lot of it is mechanical. Like, I don't think your sleep darts are necessarily bad, nor are your E's. A few of them are a bit, off kilter. But a lot of it is just getting that aim down and being more precise and hitting stuff. Like knowing where the heals need to go and putting them there. If you look at high tier Ana play, it's like they're all over the place. I already told you, Rujehong is like he's flinging his mouse across the mouse pad, getting heals everywhere, and that's even more important now that the triple tank meta is dead, because once you've got the 2-2-2, you've got so much shit going on, and you got to manage all of that chaos, and you got to know where the heals need to happen, and generally it's, as a rule of thumb, it's your Reinhardt who's priority number one. But then there's other factors that go into it. So I think you just really need to focus on concentrating on getting the heals where they need to be, and getting them on the critical people, and getting the nades on the people who are critical, and getting that burst healing down, getting the value out of your kit. That's what you need to be focusing on. Later we can talk about positioning and animation cancels and quick scopes and all of the fun shit that comes along with Ana. But right now it's about the foundation of knowing where the heals need to be and putting them there. Because Ana isn't a passive. She's not a Lucio of old. Lucio isn't even passive anymore. She's not like, you can just kind of space out and throw heals in the general direction of where your team is, and just hope that it hits somebody who's low, because that's just not very effective. That's not going to get you past Diamond, in my opinion. From the Platinum Anas that I've seen, it's very common. Just kind of haphazardly throwing down heals in the general direction, but she really needs to, like, especially when you don't have a bunch of tanks on your team, you need to concentrate and get your aim in the right spot and compensate for people's movement and stuff like that. And later we can talk about more the peripherals of Ana play that are also very important, because she's a very deep character, but right now just focus on getting the heals down where they need to.
Win the game. No pressure. If we together hit our ults.
Going in.
You're covered.
Okay, Colty, are you ready?
They're right here.
It's going. Don't throw it under the payload this time.
Nice.
That's the way I like it.
Get the Tracer.
Tracer on point. You have to kill her or it doesn't move. She's number one priority right now. Nobody else. Tracer. She's contesting. Tracer. Okay, she's off.
Name.
So you should call it. I don't know. Maybe your mic is muted. For some reason I haven't really heard your
Get
voice.
here.
Yeah. So.
Oh my! I can't. Okay.
You guys got time?
I'm not ready to hang it up.
So like,
It's because Tracer. Nobody could kill Tracer at all.
Ryan dying there was big, and it's kind
That's
of
why.
It's alright. It's alright. Calm down.
You guys have time. You have time. You have
time.
time. Still have 2 minutes.
We got
Like you got the
Nano
anti,
Shatter.
but you could have positioned that to.
My ultimate is charging.
anybody else close to follow up,
Cracks
SD?
need
No,
to
you
keep
just
the
switched
payload
on.
moving.
Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield.
Alright, speed us in.
I think
Everybody.
you should just watch some high level Ana play. I think that's what you should do. Watch Rujehong. He's probably the most famous. He's not your pub Ana though. He's a very high damage, like he gets silver damage consistently in games because he just frags so fucking hard. Because he lands everything. He doesn't miss. More, you know, conservative Ana players that come to mind are I would recommend actually watching like maybe aimbot Calvin. He doesn't play exclusively Ana, but he plays a really, really good Ana. He also plays like Azaria and he plays a lot of hit scan. But his Ana play is really, really good, and he lasers his shots, and he has a really, really low sensitivity. You also see that he aims down sights more, so that he can be more precise, especially when he knows when that he's safe and he's not gonna need that extra field of vision. He's just super precise and puts those heals exactly being good. So think about maybe googling aimbot Calvin Ana or something like that. Also Stir, he's also really good. He's been playing a lot of Pharah recently though, so take his stream with a grain of salt. But yeah, maybe check some of those names out. You'll notice Rujehong's Ana is nuts. He's really, really good.
They try to be close to me. I'm gonna go for a shutter.
Rujehong defined the Ana meta.
I have
Stock.
You can get that pulse bomb, you save it. For someone important.
I have a minute 40 to charge a grav, but if we keep on getting wipes like that fast, I won't charge at all. Because only they charge ults in fights like that.
Group up. Let's boost her in this corner quickly, and then wait
I
for
feel
a
like you should charge it and then bubble and then I'll speed boost. That's what we've been doing. And it's been working
See
out.
where this Winston is?
They're up
He's
on the
there.
platform out there.
Yeah, they got really good high ground.
I'm going around the platform.
Tracer behind, Tracer behind.
I don't have a bubble
And
for
this
5.
bubble.
Here, let's pick it up.
Take your
Bird.
medicine.
Oh, I'm gonna die, I need a heal.
Oh, let's break it.
It's a really good nade.
Thank you.
See how you hit your Zarya and your...
My ultimate is charging.
That was just a mechanical thing, letting us sleep. Like... And if Tracer's giving you a problem, which
Their
she will
Tracer's
be,
a huge problem.
then...
Can we try to focus her?
King, do you want to go McCree?
No.
No.
My ultimate is charging.
This Tracer will not get killed by McCree.
Yeah. Well, flashbang headshot's all it takes.
Yeah, I know, but the flashbang.
Yeah,
That
I
is.
mean, it's hard to hit. It's very inconsistent.
Let's go top. Let's go
If
top.
we
Let's
kill
go
her
top.
once, we'll instantly win.
I don't know, that nade's like, that's a bit... tricky.
She
That's a low
slept. Come kill her,
percentage
please.
shot.
Back here.
30 seconds remaining.
I booped her.
I got the Sentinel.
Sucks that your team needs to come help you out there. And also, you need to like, I don't know.
I have grab. Do you want it? Do you want
He's
it?
sleeping.
I'm gonna die here soon.
Use it,
Yeah.
use it, use it.
People tend to stare at sleeping targets for a while.
Nano someone.
Think about nanoing someone. Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
I would've
Yeah, I
nanoed
got the
Zarya
tracer
there.
and I grab. I
Get
made
in
sure of
there.
it.
Yo!
Golden, I'm about to slam. You ready?
Yeah.
So there's like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could talk about here, but I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not gonna overload it. So I mean, I'll call it after this game.
It's hard.
so
Teams
that
are
I don't
always like a
just- I
split
don't
second
just,
early on getting a team wipe.
Flood you with all this
My
shit.
team still needs
I just,
Walihum
I don't know.
Awiddick.
I just gave you a good summary, so I'm just gonna stick to that. I think that applies throughout the entire VOD. That's what you need to focus on is
Final
hitting
2 to 3.
hitting more heal darts right now.
Grim, did you die
And
in that
being-
fight? That we got the
being
quad
more
bomb.
proactive about it, and
Yeah, I
like,
was the first to.
and
Damn.
and I think the best way to do that,
Yeah,
go about that
because
is
like
watching
our team comp had
professional
nothing
Anas
to kill a tracer.
and
like
see
we
and
had
see
no
the way that
mechanics
they
there to actually
and see the way that
blinking tracer. Besides
that their
the
aim
hammer.
moves around the screen and
Look
how
at this
kind
teamwork
of
right here.
almost
This
jerky it
actually
is.
really good.
Because
Dude, so good.
that's pretty good. It's a blind dragon.
Nice grab.
Team kill.
Yeah, and you'll definitely notice the difference in how they land 10 out of the 10 darts in their clip, and if someone dies, it's either because their positioning was bad or there was just too much burst for Anna to out heal for whatever reason.
Okay.
So yeah, think about working on all that stuff. I will let me know how this was for you. If you make any progress or thoughts, and just like hit me up sometime. I'm always around. This was fun. So yeah, take it easy, my dude.